Is it very valuable, Father?
Well, it's a lot more valuable than any tuppence halfpenny curate, I'll tell you that. Have you got it?
Yes.
All right. Now, lean it against there.
Right.
Well, it is the portrait of a saintly French nun. She founded the order of the good sisters who look after our orphanage.
She has a nice smile.
Or like the gravedigger from Hamlet.
What was it doing in our loft?
Well, Mother Stephen, who's the superior of the convent, she gave it to St. Jude's about 20 years ago. Well, when I took over the parish, I couldn't leave it in the church.
To frighten the women and the children.
And if I moved it, it would have upset Mother Stephen.
Who frightens you?
She's a very formidable and severe woman. The rumour has it that the minute she was born, she slapped the midwife on the back. Anyway, fortunately for me, the Blitz came then, so it gave me a good excuse to get it away into a safe place for the duration.
A safe place?
Indeed.
In the loft?
That's right.
It looks as though it's been slashed or something.
The other day, accidentally on purpose, I put my feet through it.
I'm sure you've improved it.
Ah, that's my visitor, Fred Doby. He's an expert.
On nuns?
On antiques.
On antique nuns?
A visitor to see the master of the house.
Hello,
Fred.
Father. Nice to see you again.
How are you? This is my new curate, Father Boyd.
How do you
Fred
do?
Doby.
Nice to meet you.
Well, Fred, what do you think of it?
5 bob for the frame for old time's sake?
Oh, I'm not talking about the frame.
Oh, not the picture.
I wanted you to look at it because I think there's something strange about it.
Strangest thing I've ever seen.
Have you got your magnifying glass with you?
Yep.
Point it down on that chair, will you?
Right.
Another painting underneath?
Well, it could be, but who's to say it's any better than the one on top?
Well, it couldn't be any worse.
Feelings, Fred. Feelings.
Oh, I've known your hunches before.
Well, I want it x-rayed, Fred. I'll pay the dues.
Including the insurance?
On the picture?
No, on me. If I'm not back in a week, you know that witch has eaten me alive. Now, I think you both better take a seat. Comfortable? Well, Mother Foundress is sitting on a fortune.
Well, her face isn't a fortune, that's a fact.
I took the picture to James J. Brockaway, and he put it under his lamp and discovered that underneath this muck, I beg your pardon, Mother Foundress, there is an original painting by John Paul Tishar.
I never heard of him.
Well, he's a great painter, friend of Van Gogh. He painted 100 pictures and only 3 have survived.
And I found the 4th.
Could this be Sherlock Holmes?
Be quiet, woman.
Say the word, Father Dudleswell, and I'll write you out a cheque for 4,000 quid and give you half of anything I get over 6,000.
Well, I don't really know who owns it, you see, Fred. It was donated to the parish by the good sisters.
But you can't leave this stuff on top of a masterpiece. Scrape it off and give the sisters a share in the proceeds.
Thank you, Fred.
More money for orphans' outings, Father.
I'm very grateful. And it's very good of me to think of the poor suffering orphans at a time like this. I'm most grateful.
It's sacrilege, that's what it is.
I'll go with you, Fred.
Of course, you will have to wipe Mother Foundress off.
You're absolutely right, Father Nail. Except that I don't agree with you.
Well, with the utmost respect, Father, I think you're bonkers.
Do I have to remind you that I still have the masterdom here?
I apologize, Father, provided you realize it's totally insincere.
It is true that the T-Sham belongs to the world. But the picture of the foundress means the world to the good sisters.
You mean Mother Stephen?
Are you scared of her?
Scared of her? Scared of a woman? Indeed I am.
If you rang her and asked if you could wipe off the top portrait, what are your chances of success?
My chances of success? Slighter than the little white vest that clings to the inside of an eggshell.
Father Neil, I've fixed things.
Things?
I rang the convent today to say Father D urgently wants to confer with Mother Stephen on a delicate spiritual matter.
Splendid, Mrs. P. I have the courage for that myself. What reward can I give you?
Father D's head on a plate.
I've just had a telephone call. I'm invited up to the convent for tea this afternoon. You bold, bad woman. This wouldn't be any of your doing, would it?
You had to have a showdown with that old crow, Mother Stephen.
And it's not for the likes of you to be calling a holy nun an old crow.
Well, that's what you call her.
That's the... I'm a holy priest and it's my sacred privilege. Oh, and I was so looking forward to a thorn-free afternoon. And now it's tea and cucumber sandwiches at 4. And cucumber nuts me insides up. I'll not be going. I won't go, not one bit of me.
You're not frightened of a woman, surely, Father?
Oh, my little hero. My young champion. My wee white calf. What you two conspirators don't realise is that I have written to the Mother General of the Order in France, asking for permission to dispose of the picture as God himself would wish.
You did tell her there was a T-shirt underneath.
No, I didn't think it mattered to tell her that. I'm expecting a reply any day.
You mean you've gone over Mother Stephen's head? But that means wiping off the original, and you said the nuns love the original.
Well, what's the difference now? I shall just have to stand up to Mother Stephen. And as for you, Father Neil, for plotting against me...
Yes, Father?
You'll join me for tea at the convent. Thank you, sister.
Where's the body? I've always wondered, do nuns have hair underneath their veils?
What nuns wear under the veils is as mysterious as what Scotsmen wear under the kilt.
History about that?
Now listen, Father Neil. When Mother Stephen comes in, do not panic.
No, Father.
I've made treaties with nuns before.
Good.
I've got the knack of her. Come in, please.
Laudetur Jesus Christus.
Semper laudetur. May Christ be always praised.
Be seated.
I hope I'm not interrupting your prayers, Mother.
Nothing interrupts my prayers, Father.
Have you read any good devotional books lately?
You are ready for your tea, fathers.
Yes, thank you, Mother. You're not joining us, Mother?
Our rules, Father.
Of course.
You like cucumber sandwiches?
I was only telling Father Neil this morning what cucumber does for me. July will be soon upon us, Mother?
At the end of June, Father.
I was wondering if you'd like Father Neil to come and give benediction at the convent during July.
Thank you, Father.
Does that mean yes?
No, it means no.
About the foundress's picture, Mother.
We want it back, Father.
I beg your holy pardon.
A Jesuit in Rome has agreed to take up the cause of our foundress with a view to having her declared a saint by the Pope in 3 years' time.
But, why that picture? There's nothing miraculous about it, not by normal standards.
Something far more important. It is the only one there is.
Well, it's very inconvenient.
How inconvenient. It has not been seen for years.
Oh, not by the general public, no, but I've always had the greatest admiration for it. Because of the love with which she gave it.
Gave, Father?
Gave, Mother.
But, Father, does not giving imply acceptance?
God gives his grace, even if we refuse it.
No, Father, he does not. He offers it, but does not give it. Otherwise, the sinful soul would be in a state of grace, which, by definition, it is not.
I'm obliged, Mother, to inform you of a painful fact, which I'd rather have kept from you.
Yes, Father.
The picture.
It has been stolen?
Oh, no, it's not been stolen.
Dear gracias.
But it's been in an accident, or two.
Tell me.
Well, I was standing admiring it the other day, when suddenly, without a spice of malice, you understand, I put my feet through it.
More than ever must we have it back.
But it's very precious.
Now you tell me. You lock up our most treasured possession in a cellar.
Excuse me, we don't have a cellar, Mother.
Father Duddleswell, would you kindly tell this garrulous young man to speak when he is spoken to?
Speak when you're spoken to. And tell the Reverend Mother that we've got no cellar.
We don't have a cellar. She knows already, Father.
Well, tell her officially.
We don't have a cellar, Mother.
You stab our portrait with your feet and then say that it is precious to you. What would you not have done to it if you'd hated it?
But it's priceless.
To us, yes. That portrait was painted from life by one of our sisters only an hour after our foundress had expired.
That painting was painted on the top of another painting by a genius.
And our foundress's face is to be erased from memory?
We've no picture of Jesus, Mother.
The Holy Shroud of Turin, Father.
With that one exception.
And also you can make a few pounds profit.
Oh, no. It is purely for the sake of art, Mother.
I knew I had no choice.
None whatsoever.
That is why I have taken up the case of the return of our portrait to the highest authority.
To God, you mean?
To the bishop.
What wickedness. Yous have gone over me head.
Not difficult, Father Duddleswell.
Dear Father and Mother, I have read most carefully and most prayerfully the submissions that the both of you so kindly wrote me. And now, with all the authority of office invested in me by our blessed Lord himself, I have come to this humble and irrevocable decision. That picture, so dear to all of us for divers reasons, is not yours, Father Duddleswell. Neither is it yours, Mother Stephen. No, dear Father and Mother. That painting is the heritage of the entire diocese. As our Lord's chief representative, I pledge myself to do with it as God himself would wish. And now, if you both care to kneel, I'll give you both my apostolic blessing.
Father Neil, I've just had a phone call from Fred Dobie. He said to look in today's Times, and here it is.
Yes?
Yes. Recently discovered Tisha.
Is it our picture?
The same. Landscape with crows. It's up for auction next week at Ritz's. Now, didn't I tell you we could leave the decision to our wonderful and wise bishop?
No. But are we going to the auction?
To be quite honest with you, Father Neil, I would rather miss God's verdict on my soul at the Judgment Day.
Can't see your footprints. I don't think much of the picture either. Looks all fuzzy to me.
Oh, no wonder. When you're only a connoisseur of ice cream and chocolate. It's a gem. It's a beauty. What a masterpiece.
And in a few seconds, 'twill be mine.
Right, please. Lot 1, Landscape with Crows, by Jean-Paul Tichard. Will anyone offer me 6,000 guineas? Thank you, sir. 7, 8, 9, 10,000 guineas I am bid. 11, 11 and a half, 12,000 guineas. 12,000 guineas. 12,500 guineas I am bid. 13,000. Any advance on 13,000 guineas? Any more? Through the gentleman in the 4th row.
It's not all mine. I'm buying for a consortium.
Lot 2, Louis XIV's snuff box. Will anyone offer me 50 guineas? 55? 60, 65.
The nuns loved that picture.
So do I.
80,
Ah, yes, but only for the financial reward you can
90
get from it.
guineas.
No.
95,
Yes.
100,
That's not fair, Father.
Oh, it is fair.
Father Dodswell.
120, 25.
Father Dodswell, please.
I would not be silent.
40.
Wait till later.
No advance on 140 guineas. Any more? To the young clerical gentleman in the 3rd row.
God, never cured. You've just spent 140 guineas that you haven't got.
Bad luck, Father. You just missed it at 135.
Is it?
70 guineas on. The only one bidding against him was you.
Never.
Well, never mind. I'll pay up for now. I'll try and sell that snuff box for 60 quid or so and send you a bill for the difference. After all, I do own a very rare
600 guineas
painting.
I am bid.
At least for a year or so.
625.
Get out of here. Father Neil.
Well, here's your post, Father Neil.
Oh, thanks.
That snuff box that you bought at the auction.
I'll pay the money back, Father.
Oh, little by little, as the cat said while eating the herring.
There's no need, Father Neil. Fred Dobie sold it for 250 guineas to an American. And he sends you a cheque for 110.
Hooray for Father Neil.
Empty bags make a big bang. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Holy mackerel.
He's won the pools.
That's good. I'm going to check you for £3,000 from the bishop. He says it's a token gift from the proceeds of the picture.
That'll rebuild the church hall.
No.
No?
No. Mother Stephen may be a pain in the neck and worse, but in this instance she was right.
But, Father...
The nuns loved that picture. And despite its ugliness, they saw God in it.
But, Father, you
And
can't...
now it's dissipated forever. And greedy merchants like Fred Dobie have acquired a T-shirt which they only appreciate for the profit they'll make out of it.
Oh, begging your holy pardon, Father, that's rubbish. I mean, the bishop decided, not you.
And suppose the bishop only had his beady eyes on the money.
Well, why don't you go to the nuns and apologise?
Oh, I intend to do that and more. I'm going to give this cheque to the good sisters.
Such kindness, such generosity. He's delirious.
Thank you, sister. Oh, I've never been in here before.
Mother Stephen's study?
Uh-huh. The inner sanctum of the Queen Bee.
No honey, though. Looks like cucumber sandwiches again.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, it's all right, I'll eat them all.
Look, that's awful.
But that's impossible. Surely they had to wipe Mother Foundress off to get at the T-shirt.
Oh, yes, they do that indeed.
Well, what was it, Ritz's auction then?
Oh, that was the T-shirt, all right.
But if they had to wipe Mother Foundress off, how did she get up there? And look, that's where your feet went through.
Have you not twigged what's happened yet? Mother?
Father?
May I speak without being spoken to?
Speak.
Well, may I ask what that picture is up there?
Well, it's either a miracle, Father Neil, or it's a copy.
Of course.
I asked the bishop to have it painted for me.
Why did you ask the bishop to include Father Duddleswell's footprints in it?
To convince the sisters and orphans that their prayers were effective in bringing our portrait back to us.
Even though they weren't?
And the artificial tear puts the touch of authenticity to it.
Exactly. More or less.
Mother, I wanted to give you a cheque here from the bishop for £3,000 in order to atone as far as I can for the loss of your beautiful picture. You were right. I was right too, but in the wrong way. Here, take it.
No need, Father. For 3,000.
You've won the pools too.
But if the bishop gave you £3,000 each, what happened to the rest?
Well, no, you see, the bishop, in his generosity, only kept £7,000 for himself. Well, with my portion, I'm going to rebuild the church hall. What are you going to do?
This money will go to the fund to have our foundress declared a saint by the Holy Father.
Isn't that really a waste of money?
It will mean more vocations for our order, Father, and so more sisters to look after orphans all over the world.
Oh. Well, I'll pray your foundress is made a saint then.
With this amount of backing, God's grace can hardly fail. May I join you for tea?
Oh, I'll call for an extra cup.
No need, Father.
Mother Foundress. A delightful woman. The Mother Superior. Delightful woman.
There's a very nasty lady waiting for you in your study. Be with you in a jiffy.
Oh, not Mother Foundress again.
The bishop must have had a copy made for me, too.
Well, very thoughtless of him. Hope there's not one in my study as well.
There was only one to start with, and now they're haunting every room.
What are you going to do with it?
Oh, I've a good place up in the loft for that.
Oh, you've seen it then? It came by post.
Oh, did it? And since when have you had permission to open parcels addressed to me?
I wasn't going to sign for it without seeing it, especially as it came from France.
France?
France?
Yes, the letter's there on your desk.
Oh, it is from the Mother General. She thanks me for all we've done for the order and so on. She says that there were 5 portraits done at the time of the foundress's death.
5?
And would I like another one?
Send it back.
Father Neil. Will you never learn? Clear this desk. Pass me the paper knife, will you? Now then. You remember that the original portrait was painted on top of 13,000 guineas.
Oh, my God, Sherlock Holmes is at it again.
There you are. There's a painting underneath it. Ow. That old crow up at the convent thinks she's clever. But I'll bet you she doesn't know anything about this. Nor the bishop. Was that you, Fred? Father Duddleswell here. We've acquired another tea shop. You heard. Yes. And Fred, this one is entirely my own. Keep in touch.
But, Father, what are you going to do with 13,000 guineas?
I think I'll ask His Holiness to declare me a saint.